Okay, hello everyone and welcome back to your YouTube channel. And welcome to this very interesting and practical video. In this video, I will show you how you can configure the Ethernet connection in your local area network in order to take the best of the Typhoon HIL604, okay? What I'm telling you is this practical video is basically dedicated to a short introduction about the connectivity using Ethernet between the workstation and your real-time simulator. And in this case, I will be using the Typhoon HIL604. Well, but before I start with the practical explanation, let me tell you the following. Typhoon HIL has been a very popular and quite successful real-time simulator manufacturer. And they have been using for quite a while the universal serial bus connection, the classical USB. To be honest, if you look over here, for quite a while, Typhoon HIL has been connecting the workstation to the real-time simulator using this USB cable, okay? A USB type A located at the workstation, quite popular connector, and at the back of the real-time simulator, in this case the HIL604, you can see over here there is a USB type B. The type B high speed is a connector that allow data transfer around 408 megabits per second, okay? And this has been useful for quite a while. However, last year, on 28th of December 2020, Typhoon HIL released the Typhoon HIL Control Center 2021. And the version 2021 has several new features and two very important for me, quite interesting for me, quite useful for me. One of them is Typhoon HIL introduced the concept of device manager tool. And the device manager tool is a quite important application, quite useful application, because it allows you to have several real-time simulators inside your local network, local area network, and you can use the Ethernet connectivity to support all those multiple setups. And that is quite interesting, quite useful. Because today we are using TCP/IP, we are using that in order to have the local area network, and now Typhoon HIL add this functionality for you, okay? What I'm trying to explain is that now, is you look here at the back, your real-time simulator, in this case the HIL604, you must remember there are two RG45 connector, register jack connectors, RG45. And now you can use one of those ports, and there is a very specific functionality to create the Ethernet connection, okay? And in this case, of course, you are increasing the features of your real-time simulation, allowing a faster data transfer between the real-time simulator and the workstation. And this is extremely useful, especially because in my lab I have two different local area networks and I need to transfer data between different computers. And now using the IP address, I can do this kind of things, okay? Okay, but before I start the practical explanation, I would like to clarify some concepts over here, okay? When we are using the Ethernet connection, we need to be careful about the IP address that we are setting inside the devices in order to allow the communication. As you must be aware, there are a couple of protocols that we can use for IP addresses, okay? The first one, it was the IP version 4, that is basically a notation of 4 different numbers that they are separated by dots, okay? And the Ethernet connection is defined by this IP address. The IP address is basically the location of your device inside the network, okay? For instance, when we are talking about the IP version 4, we can say that the IP address of one device is basically this number over here, 172.16.254.1, okay? Those 4 octets, they represent the address where this device is located, and that allows the communication. In simple words, this is 4 numbers, and each one of those numbers is a 8-bit number. And this 8-bit number, they create a specific address that is a 4 bytes or 32 bits, okay? Well, what I am telling you is, in order to establish the communication between the workstation and the real-time simulator, you must have a very specific IP address for the real-time simulator and the workstation. And in order to establish a successful connection, the three objects in this IP version 4 address must be the same. What I'm telling you is that if the real-time simulator address is 192.168.42.200, well, in order to establish the communication from the workstation to the real-time simulator, we need at least one IP address at the workstation that must follow 192.168.42.x, where x is a number between 0 and 255 and different to 200, okay? Well, that is very important, because the workstation and the real-time simulator, if they have this set of IP address, they will be able to connect each other, okay? Well, what I will do now is I would like to show you very important information about setting up the Ethernet connection between the workstation and the real-time simulator. Right now, we are here at the Typhoon HIL documentation. In this case, we are in the Typhoon HIL software manual, and specifically, we are at the section that is dedicated to setting up the Ethernet connection. If you come here, you will find something that is extremely important. You must be aware that the real-time simulator, the HIL device, basically they have a IP address version 4 that by default is this one over here, okay? If you look over here, Typhoon HIL is telling you that every single HIL device, brand new HIL device, they have a very specific IP address. And in this case, the IP address is 192.168.42.200. Now, what we need to do is the following. First step, we need to establish the physical connection between the workstation and the real-time simulator. In this case, I am establishing the direct connection using a classical Ethernet cable, using the classical RG45 connector between my personal computer here, that it is the workstation, and the Typhoon HIL, the HIL604 that I have here at the lab, okay? The first step is the physical connection using the Ethernet cable. What is the second step? Okay, in order that I can communicate with the HIL device, my personal computer must have an IP address at least with 192.168.42. and a number that is different to 200, okay? Well, what I will do now is I will prepare my computer for a fixed IP address, okay? What I will do is I will configure the Ethernet connector of my computer in order to have a fixed IP address, okay? That is the next step. Okay, the first step is very simple. What I will do is I will open my control panel, okay? I must clarify, in this computer I am using a PC that is based in Windows 10, the latest version, okay? And when you have the control panel in front of you, what you need to do is select here network and internet, okay? And from there you can see that a new menu appear. And what I will do is select here network and sharing center, okay? When you do that, you can see here I have two connections. One is the Wi-Fi that I am using right now. I am in the campus. That is the reason for the DuroAM. And then I have the physical connection to the HIL604, and that is the Ethernet connection. The next step is I would like to make some changes at the adapter, okay? For that reason, I will select here, change adapter settings. And right now you can see the 4 different connectivities that I have in this computer. I have 2 Ethernet connections, one of them is disconnected, and also the Bluetooth connection is also off, okay? What I will do now is I will use this Ethernet number 2, and I will double click here, okay? And right now in front of you, you will have this. This is basically the classical Ethernet status of your connection. And what I will do right now is select properties, okay? When I select properties, you can see here, this is the set of properties that you can change or modify at your Ethernet connection. And I will select here the option Internet Protocol version 4. This is the Internet protocol that we have been talking about, the IP version 4, okay? Right now, what I will do is select here properties, and by default, Windows is setting up this Ethernet connection using automatic setup. However, because in this case, I would like to fix the IP address of my computer of this specific adapter, what I will do is I will select the option here, use the following IP address. And over there, what I will do is I will set up 192.168.168, and then 42, and finally I will say 5, okay? Remember, the HIL604 is using the IP address 192.168.42.200. I need to select an IP address that follow the same 3 first numbers, okay? 192.168.42, and finally I will use number 5, okay? And right now what I am doing is clicking here and accepting, okay? You can see that right now we have the IP selected, and I will close this, and I will close here, and also I will close here. What I will do now is a classical safety check, okay? What I will do now is I will use the command prompt, okay, from Windows. And as you can see over here, I have my command prompt over here. And I want to see the IP configuration, okay? And there is a command that you can use for that. And that is the command ipconfig, okay? Enter. And over here you can see the configuration of the IP address at my network connectivity. In this very specific case, I am interested on the Ethernet number 2. And you can see over here, this is the IP version 4, 192.168.425, okay? Right now we are sure that the Ethernet adapter in my computer is basically at fits IP address, okay? What is the next step? The next step is we have physical connectivity. We have physical connectivity with our real-time simulator, the HIL604. What I will do now is a classical test, and that is using the command ping, and I will say 192.168.42.200, okay? Now, what is happening is that my personal computer is sending some packages to the real-time simulator, and the real-time simulator is responding back. And from here, you can see over here, 4 packages of 32 bytes were sent, and then we have a positive reply. And as you can see over here, we send 4 packages. We receive 4 packages. That means we have a proper connection with the HIL device. Right now, what I will do is start my Typhoon HIL Control Center. Now let me start up my Typhoon HIL Control Center. Okay, let me close here the command prompt, and now open the Typhoon HIL Control Center. Okay, right now in front of you, you have the brand new Typhoon HIL Control Center. And as you can see here, we are using the brand new 2021 version Service Pack 2, okay? And the good news over here is you can see at the top, there is a icon here with a button that is the device manager, okay? If I select here, voila, we have here a proper connectivity. As you can see over here, right now the HIL604 that we have at the lab right now is connected using the Ethernet connection, and you can see here the firmware version and so on. What I will do now is I will connect here, and right now we have a connection. We have a connection here between the Ethernet device, the HIL604, okay? Okay, now let's see. And right now, you can see here, there is not connection. And what I will do is just basically connect or make the connection between the devices by pressing this button over here, okay? And right now you can see that we have green light here because the device is connected to this workstation or my personal computer, okay? And what I will do now is, as you can see, we have here the full connectivity between the workstation and this HIL604, okay? However, as you must be aware, this device is coming with a default IP address. The famous IP address that I was talking about, 192.168.42.200. However, when you are working in a local area network, like the case that I have in my lab, one of the issues is that you want to have all the devices inside the same domain. And for that reason, I need to change the IP address of the HIL604. And here, if you go to additional tools inside the Typhoon HIL Control Center, one of the tools that you will find is this amazing firmware manager, okay? If you click here, now it's loading, the application is loading, and you can see over here several good informations. The first information that is quite crucial is that there is a new firmware for the HIL604 that we have at the lab. However, I will not do this, okay? I have many friends that they know how to do this quite easily. I don't need to create that video. But what I want to show you is that here inside the HIL firmware manager, we can go to actions, okay? And when you go to actions, there is a possibility of changing the device INI file, okay? And if you press that option, the firmware manager will tell you some warning, and after a few seconds, you will get access to the information that you can set up in this file, okay? And one of the important information that you can update or you can change here in this file is the static IP address of your HIL device, okay? In this video, I will not do this, but in a coming video, I will show you how you can change the static IP address of your HIL device, okay? It's something that is extremely simple. However, some people, they can be confused about the process of reading and writing the INI file, and I will show you that in the next video, okay? From now, what I can tell you is I'm really happy to show you this interesting video because I run the connection between the HIL device and my workstation using the Ethernet. I am really happy with that connection because it's extremely fast, but also it's extremely flexible for you when you have several devices inside your local area network, okay? Well, right now it's time to finish this video. In this video, I show you a very simple way that you can configure the Ethernet connection between the workstation and your HIL device. And I use the example between my personal computer using Windows 10 and the Typhoon HIL604 that I have here at the lab. And I'm really proud to say that we succeed making the connection. And in the next coming video, I will show you how to set up a static IP address, a new static IP address for the Typhoon HIL604, okay? Well, right now, this is all for this video. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and please stay in touch. That's all for today. Thank you very much. I will see you. Thank you.